So, here we are.
I suppose now we step into the void.
Suppose we do. Dark rituals, void breach, general weirdness. Lemmy can't be far.
Red, I can't manifest anymore.
حتى دخل هنا.
Demonologists really like pushing the limits of their knowledge without considering other lives.
That just makes them human.
It's awfully calm. Why is it awfully calm?
I'm at your side again. Wards, you're on your own. Spectres. They haven't noticed us. Stay low. Take care. The place is warded. I'm at your side again.
Careful now.
Creepy hideout. The governor's spawn likes a bit of drama.
This one's different. Looks like it died diseased.
شنو يعني؟ مات من المرض. ما سوى عليها تجارب.
This is some dark, sideways magic.
It's forbidden. I've read it.
Sometimes I worry about you. Ugh. What is this thing?
Banisher rule number 4.
If it oozes, don't touch it. Another botched experiment?
It may be native to the void.
حبيبي مستمتع بوقته ها؟
So, You can see me. Aren't you full of surprises, young Master Haskell?
You may talk. A Banisher ghost. Amazing. How on God's earth did you find me? Never mind that. Thank the Lord you did. Thought I was going to grow old in here.
Were you
شكله دخل ما بعرف يطلع.
In the Araloo? Originally I was searching for the source of the poisoning. I may have overestimated my talents. Still, an amazing place to be stuck in, no? Tell me, how did you get past the Guardian beneath the mill? Did you use a decoy?
We fought it. Don't change the subject.
You fought it? Of course you did. A good thing too. I was starting to think it was wise to me tricks. Oh, but I have so many questions.
This isn't a social call, kid. And we're the ones with the questions.
Oh. Oh. Of course.
ماذا عن كيلب واتسون؟
We must talk of Caleb Watson. Why in the hell would you give him a resurrection ritual?
Ruth's death hit poor Caleb hard. He was alone, and so I would often stop by his workshop. We
الله
talked.
عليك.
He took a keen
يبي يساعد
interest in my
الرجال
studies and was a good listener.
جاب
When he learned
نهايته.
that she could possibly return, he had one question. How?
You saw his grief as an opportunity to test the effects of the
طبعاً هنا
Genesis.
نبي نعرف وش نيته بالضبط.
You know the ritual too? Amazing, isn't it?
I've studied it. The actual,
شكله خذاهم كتجارب.
the mangled version you gave Caleb.
Yes, and I'm sorry. I found it in a copy of De Occulte Philosophia by Cornelius Agrippa von Nettesheim. A remarkable book.
I've met my fair share of illustrious occultists, and none owned an authentic Agrippa. Much is lost in translation or altered in the printing. I doubt your copy is an exception.
Of course. The power is in the words, and mine were wrong, so the
حمار
power
هذا
went
قاعد يشتغل
awry.
بأشياء سحر أسود
How very
هل هو داري
fascinating.
شو الكلام المكتوب؟ هل هو مترجم صح ولا لا؟
Are you aware of what would happen if people learnt of your studies?
Surely the acquisition of knowledge cannot be a sin.
Do you remember
في ناس كذا
Deborah?
يقول لك العلم أهم شيء.
Miss Comenius.
يعرف
Yes,
دبرة.
of course, I remember.
Your father tasked us with an investigation. One way or the other, we must return with the mystery solved.
Ah. I think I understand what you're saying. I might be in a tiny little bit of danger.
أنت مين أنت؟
You see ghosts. You stroll the void as if it were your garden. You possess and share forbidden rituals. Who are you really?
I'm Lammy Haskell, and I am a man of many sciences. I am in fact a true pursuer.
That raises more questions than it answers.
What are the pillars of the universe? Which principles underpin existence?
بعض
As
العلماء كذا
occultists,
ترى صدق.
do we change the world or
في سبيل العلم
scratch
يسوي
upon its
كل
surface?
الأشياء حتى لو
Each
كانت
discipline I embrace
مصايب.
peels back a new layer of reality. I'm yet at the beginning and see where I already stand. Amazing, no?
اللي علمك.
You did not find the void breach beneath the mill by accident. You had help. Who taught you?
I did my research.
Suddenly, you're a man of few words.
ما يبي يقول له.
I'd rather not involve those not present. Discretion, you understand.
حياتك على المحك ولا أبوك قاعد يدور السحرة؟
Your father is convinced a witch poisoned his well. Caleb Watson was cursed by a ritual you gave him. I'd focus if I were you.
We must counter the devil with knowledge of his tricks. That, my father always said, is the purest of God's work.
I can imagine your father saying that.
When I was 10, he gave me my initiation. Demonology, sir, as he would say. He saw me as his heir, Then of a sudden, the books were forbidden. So I stole them, the very same books he'd forced upon me as a boy. I understand them where he does not. I did no wrong, apart from a little theft.
أنا بريء يا ابني، عشان كل هذا عشان الدراسة، يعني بالفيت إنك الدراسة حلال حتى لو كانت تؤدي إلى نهاية العالم.
You've studied demonology.
When my father forbade me to continue, I confess I disobeyed. Those big books were very boring until they were forbidden. Suddenly I could not get it. More recently, a good friend of my father showed me that I had only been scratching at the surface.
أيوة، صديق أبوه قاعد يعلمه.
Who was your
من هو
father's
صديق
friend?
أبوك؟
An itinerant Frenchman who often visited New Eden in recent years.
واحد فرنسي
He called
كالعادة.
himself a true pursuer. As a thinker, he was prolific and profound. My father was so proud to be included in his discourse.
كأنه تكلم عنه من
For
قبل بس ما أذكر
him,
والله.
knowledge is the ladder to greatness, and greatness is the prize. To me, knowledge is itself the prize.
هل هو إتيان نفسه؟ إيش قاعد تسوي هنا؟
From the looks of this place, you're knee-deep in research. What are you doing here exactly?
Searching for the origin of the Harrow's plague, of course. And I have a theory on the subject.
Of course you do.
على أساس أنه قاعد يحاول يساعد العالم في
Now,
النهاية.
at first, I believed the water poisoned, but my father sealed the well, and yet folk remained sick. They looked for witchcraft, a foolish, uneducated suspicion, yes, but with some truth concealed behind it. You see, the Araloo taints New Eden. Its influence leaches into the Harrows. The evidence is everywhere.
By the Araloo, do you mean the void?
قصد المكان هذا يعني.
Neither name does it justice. This place is beyond words. The Araloo
هو سبب
is
المشكلة.
made of the very
الأمراض
fabric of
الموجودة في
our
المنطقة.
primordial myths. Isn't it amazing?
تقدر
How
تثبت
can you be
الكلام
sure
هذا؟
the void has tainted the region?
In New Eden, the threshold between our plane and this is thin. Even I, a novice, may reach the frontier and then go beyond. I also believe it happened before. Some years ago, New Eden was hit by another epidemic.
Was it the same illness?
قبل
I
سنوات
believe
صارت
that
نفس
first
السالفة.
epidemic was caused by the porosity of the frontier between New Eden and the Araloo. Although, where theirs was an affliction of burning flesh, ours is a corruption of mind and spirit. And I believe I have found its source. There is a substance, a strange ooze. You may have noticed it. This, I believe, is the true source of the Harrow's poison. It carries a particular stink, on the scent of which I experience first confusion, then a loss of control over my limbs.
What do you expect to
نص
find
الكلام ما
at the
فهمته.
source of the ooze?
To find a cure. The ooze
قاعد يقول إن هذا
seems to
السائل اللي
outweigh
وراه
sickening us.
هو سبب
I may be
البلاوي.
able to stop it. Unfortunately, I can't. The Araloo is a formidable place. Tricky. A maze constantly evolving, changing, reshaping itself. The isthmus, for example. I found an oozing crack in the ground. The terrain then remade its...
Perhaps we might be able to find a way through and take a look at that.
Would you? That would be splendid.
Let's go take a look.
And with that sorrow gone, do be careful. My home is your home. If you need anything...
The Araloo is not your home.
Pardon my morbid enthusiasm, Mistress Duarte, but could I ask you a few questions?
لا.
What do you wish to know?
Do you still need to eat? Do you feel hunger? Sorry, it's just... You're the first ghost I've met, in person, as it were.
I don't eat.
Antea, we should get going. So, the pious governor's unassuming son is our evil Harrow's witch.
The more powerful the loose cannon, the more dangerous it
أكيد إنه
is.
خطر. هذه الأنواع أصلا أخطر نوع اللي يقدم العلم على حياة الإنسان.
I don't know that I buy Lammy's hair of the dog theory, but I feel strange, and I suspect the ooze.
Only one way to find out. Oh, God. I need a wee bit of help here.
هو ما يقدر يركض.
Oh, that was not pleasant. Oh, not pleasant at all.
I am warded. I cannot.
وأشوف الشيء اللي يمنعها من الخروج.
I'm with you once more.
Reinforcements!
Don't let it crush you.
Oozes through the breach, suppurates like a festering wound.
How delightful.
Let's see what lies on the other side. Where are we now?
Underground, looks like.
Wonderful.
من كل كأنها بير الحبر.
The ooze affects the incarnate too. Who goes there?
Is that a ghost?
I don't know. But I don't think we're alone. What might you be then?
What was...
Oh, shite.
Did you just say shite? You? It's bigger than I thought it'd be.
Is that a house from the Harrows?
We may be below the well.
No wonder they all got sick.
يقول لك هذا احتمال أنه تحت البير اللي كان في المدينة ذيك. منطقة كبيرة والله. تدري ايش ذكرني بهذا؟ ذكرني فيلم جوست باسترز. أظن هذه إشارة له. أظن الجزء الثاني يكون فيه السائل الوردي هذا تحت الأرض. صيدي الأشباح اللي يتذكر. As above, so below.
Is it just me or...
I felt... it too.
What is lurking here?
Time to work, Banisher.
I feel like a bloody target practice.
This house belonged to a certain Antipas and Clemency Gibbs. Did you feel that?
It's close.
I feel a draft.
From the invisible.
سنة 95 قبل سنة.
The Gibbs' land was barren. They were struggling for money.
اوكي. بس خلينا نشوف وينهم بالضبط. الحين هذه المنطقة اللي هم ساكنين فيها، يعني مش قريب بس مش بعيد.
Look up. The ooze, oozed through the very stone.
And of all of them, just this one house fell down.
Maybe it was personal.
Was the Gibbs' house targeted by the ooze?
Obviously. Look around you.
موضوع شخصي يقول لك.
Mr. and Mrs. Gibbs, have you read my
هذه
paper?
الدبرة.
I read it, aye. And then I washed my hands and prayed for grace. You claim to prove that there is no curse. Well,
A witch would say that, wouldn't she?
Wherever people gather to live, disease takes hold, and I believe... What are you doing?
your evil lies shall be destroyed. We know who you are, and you shall be judged. Witch!
هم اللي يمسكوها
They were
شكلهم.
determined to do for her. She built a case for her rationality, and they tore it apart.
Have some of this.
تسجيل دخول ها.
Mrs. Gibbs, I presume.
اصبري عاد لا تحرقي. هذه السيدة قبز ولا قبس.
Another shadow.
What do they want? Red, something is keeping me from manifesting.
In here? Ah, shite.
Red, I can't manifest anymore. Ghost wards. I cannot manifest. Better.
You're welcome.
Now let's inspect the body. Shall we?
Expect no less from you, Mrs. Gibbs.
They never learn, do they?
وش الشدة هذه فوق؟
There's a hand.
We iron kiss for you.
ما ادري كلامنسي هذا اسم رجال ولا مرة؟
Raging vandal.
On your feet, Scotsman.
Seemingly going well.
ابي اتصدى بس مش ضابطة معي.
Look to me. Someone didn't want to stay dead.
Clemency Gibbs blamed the epidemic on a witch. Come from New Eden Town with the governor.
That's not what Deborah's research pointed at.
The Gibbs were not at home to rational explanations. What?
It won't do.
ليش؟
See anything?
Either the water table is full of ooze, or there's another source.
Let's search upstream.
Over there.
Elusive little buggers.
I love doing that.
شوف بيطلع لي واحد.
That corpse is taken in.
Don't step in that. I mean it.
Finally around then.
I can't, Rory.
Those echoes we're hearing were the shadows speaking.
They always appear near the ooze.
So do the whispers.
But which came first?